How's it going, everyone? I'm just about settled back in after my little road trip in the USA. It's been well over a month since I last posted any Call of Duty videos, so it's time to get back into the swing of things with my class setups and weapon guide videos. So this setup is going to be one that will allow you to play as a Black Ops veteran, all those players who have been in the Call of Duty scene since Black Ops 1 and before. I did this kind of class back in Modern Warfare 3, where we looked at classes for Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, so the whole point is to use weapons and equipment that were available in the original Black Ops. So let's jump straight in and take a look at some weapons and equipment setup for this Black Ops veteran class. For the primary weapon, I've gone for the FAL, with it being a popular weapon back in Black Ops. It's now returned as the FAL OSW. In the original Black Ops, it was a fairly popular weapon, not quite as powerful as the FAMAS or the AUG, or maybe even the AK-47 or Commando, but the semi-automatics always have a nice little fan club, and while the FAL can be converted to full automatic in Black Ops 2, we're going to leave this weapon as semi-automatic and go with the two attachments of fast mags and suppressor, both of which are available or even introduced in Black Ops 1, which was the case with the fast mags. Even though fast mags were known as dual mags in Black Ops 1, they give you just about the same benefit of those faster reload times, although with the original Black Ops you'll remember that you only got that fast reload time on every other reload, whereas with the fast mags in Black Ops 2, you get that fast reload on every reload. The silencer's been around in Call of Duty since the early days, but it was renamed to the suppressor in Black Ops 1, and that name stuck around since. One attachment I wish was included in Black Ops 2 is the flamethrower, or at least a kind of an alternative to it. That thing was really underpowered in Black Ops, but it was lots of fun to use. In Black Ops 2 it seems like all the novelty attachments are all some kind of like high-tech sight, like the MMS or the target finder. The crossbow made another appearance in Black Ops 2 after being introduced in the first Black Ops. Again, it reappears with a much more high-tech design. The original crossbow only had the option of firing out those explosive bolts, but with the Black Ops 2 crossbow you've got all kinds of attachment choices, but we'll leave these slots blank just to save those points for the other pieces of equipment that we can make reference to. The frag grenade, tomahawk or even the C4 would have all been good choices for the lethal slot, but instead we'll go with the Semtex grenade, which was always a popular choice back in Black Ops 1. The combat axe, as it's now known in Black Ops 2, isn't quite as effective. It takes much longer to throw without the fast hands perk, and the kind of arc that it travels through is much harder to predict. And if you remember back when you chose a tactical grenade, you actually got two of these things by default, so we'll double up on our tactical choice of concussion grenades. Out of concussions and flashbang grenades, concussions were much faster to throw in the original Black Ops, so we'll go with those for Black Ops 2, even though there's now no difference in throw time between these two choices. So moving on, let's take a look at some perks for our Black Ops veteran setup. Tier 1 was almost always taken up with either Ghost or Flak Jacket. Anyone who hated those ghost corner campers would often run the flak jacket instead, so that's what we'll go for in perk number 1 for our Black Ops veteran setup. The most popular perk for slot number 2 in Black Ops 1 was Sleight of Hand. If we were going to relate to this in our Black Ops veteran setup, we'd go with Fast Hands, but the benefit of Fast Hands of that fast aiming speed is now the job of the Quick Draw handle. If we were using this setup in Black Ops 1, this slot would otherwise be taken up with the Warlord perk to grant us those two attachments on our FAL. In Black Ops 2 we can easily attach up to 3 attachments with that Pick 10 system, so the only other perk you might want to consider would be Toughness to relate to the Hardened perk. Then there's a few choices you could make for slot number 3 which would relate to Black Ops 1. You could kind of make a reference to Hacker with the Engineer perk, or even Extreme Conditioning to relate to Marathon. Dead Silence would be a perfect reference to the Ninja perk, except that it doesn't seem to work in Black Ops 2. So it all kind of just leaves us with the Tactical Mask, which was quite a popular perk back in Black Ops 1, and just like in Black Ops 2 it goes hand in hand with that Flak Jacket perk. I'm sure we'll all agree it's just a shame that Second Chance didn't make it through into Black Ops 2. Yeah, I don't think Jake the dog liked Second Chance either. So there's a clear absence of wild cards in this setup, with them not being available in Black Ops 1. Instead we've taken up all those points with the old school style choices, making just one perk selection each, and then filling out the quota on those mandatory equipment choices. So let's finish off this setup with a look at some score streak rewards. One of the iconic kill streak rewards from Black Ops 1 was the RCXD. This is probably just as annoying as it was in the first Black Ops, but it's no longer as popular thanks to a couple of other choices which are early on in that selection of score street awards. I think the annoyance of the RCXD has now been replaced with that hunter-killer drone. I used to love seeing those care packages getting delivered by those big Chinook helicopters, but the actual care package is one of only a few kill streaks that's made it through from Black Ops 1 into Black Ops 2. We could have otherwise gone with the orbital VSAT to relate to the Blackbird, but one of the score street awards which relates to Black Ops 1, which is probably more iconic, is the K9 unit which relates to the attack dogs. If you're using this setup to acquire those dogs, you'd probably have more luck using the orbital VSAT in place of the care package, otherwise it's going to be quite tough getting those streaks of kills without the extra help from the minimap. Having not played for over a month, I found it pretty difficult getting that RCXD, but let me know down in the comments how you get on with this setup. If you're glad to see these class setup videos return, I'd love to see some support for this video with a few likes or comments down below. If I'm honest, I didn't really have much fun getting back into Black Ops. Obviously when you've not played for a couple of days your aim suffers, so having not played for over a month, my aim was absolutely terrible. But at least now we've got that new DLC with the old firing range map, we can mix that up with Nuketown and use this Black Ops veteran setup and feel all nostalgic. I'm picking up a new motorbike this week, so my production of videos isn't going to be quite as frequent as it was before my little road trip holiday, but I'll try and keep up to date and get those weapon guides up and a few more class setups before the release of Call of Duty Ghosts. So thanks for your patience during my absence, and I'll catch you all later.